Well, Mohamed Okda is the director of Insight into Crisis, which is a Middle East risk consultancy firm. He joins me now from Chicago, Illinois. Always good to speak to you, Mohamed. Why is the Sudanese Professionals Association only now rejecting the military council, do you think? And how do you see this playing out?
I think the Sudanese opposition and all the civil forces had learned lessons from the Egyptian revolution and the aftermath of the Egyptian revolution, and also what happened in Libya and in Tunisia, and also what happened in Algeria also last month. So they don't want to give the military any chance to hijack the political transition into democracy and civilian rule. And we can see that the Sudanese military is playing the typical game that we see from military across the Middle East of trying to hold on to power and to try to divide the opposition and to give offers to some of them, and asking to have a military representative into this new civilian government is completely unacceptable to the Sudanese Professional Association and other civilian forces. And what they say is playing of the military to try to keep holding on to the power, and they're not going to allow this. And the second thing is they had requested from the military to lift immunity of some of the generals and some of the intelligence personnel who had participated in violence against civilians and were responsible for some of the deaths that happened to be tried in civilian courts. And this haven't happened yet. And they say they're going to continue demanding all of this until it happens.
Do you think that the military will bow to their demands?
I think they will have no choice right now if they want to stop the demonstration and unrest that is happening in Sudan. We see in the volatility to the Sudanese currency and, of course, the Sudanese economy going forward. And but at the same time, they are being supported by outside forces, as we see in Saudi Arabia and the UAE had tried to pledge $3 billion, about $500 million of that to be delivered immediately. And this is only a way for what we call the counter-revolution in the Middle East to support the Sudanese military to hold on to power. So we still have to see what is going to happen, but I don't expect the opposition to stand down anytime soon.
Just give us an idea of how important Sudan is and its security is for the entire region.
Well, Sudan has a very unique position. It held about 1/3 of the Red Sea coast, and we know the importance of the Red Sea to the international maritime and the access to Bab el-Mandab Strait and to the Suez Canal. Also, Sudan previously have been a supporter of different opposition forces in the region, and also the lawlessness that have been in Sudan during the Darfur crisis, and also the split of Sudan from South Sudan had created some kind of a vacuum that allow a lot of smuggling of weapons to flow around the Red Sea basin. So that's a worry for many people around the region, particularly regional governments, and you would like to hold on to that. In addition, there are some oil reserve in Sudan, and also the access to the Nile water is an extremely important for a country like Egypt. And all the water that Egypt needs comes through Sudan via the Nile.
Incredibly important, which makes sense why the international community is so keen to see this resolved peacefully. Thank you for that. That's Mohamed Okda. Thank you.